Good morning. Hello there, and welcome to Family Planet365 on AM 1220 KHTS. I'm your host, Malena Jackson, and Happy New Year. I hope that your 2016 is off to a great start. I tell you, it's been quite a start to my new year, but I hope yours is off to a great start. Today we're going to talk about beauty and how to look your best. And for me, that starts with the hair. The hair it's like the crown. If you have a great hair day, we talk about it all the time. Having a great hair day, then everything else falls into place. Today we're talking to salon owner Michael Beck of Entourage Hair Studio right here in Santa Clarita off Town Center Drive. He's going to come and he's going to tell us about how do we look our best, give us some tips on, not having to go all into the salon like every day, high maintenance. We want to look high maintenance, but we don't want to have to do the work to be high maintenance. So we'll talk to Michael Beck about that. Today's show is brought to you by the Nanny Factory. Are you in search of the right nanny for your family? Are you tired of trying to find last-minute childcare? Contact the Nanny Factory to find out how to get some relief. You can learn more by visiting thenannyfactory.com. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Family Planet365 on AM 1220 KHTS. I'm your host, Malena Jackson, and today we are talking to Michael Beck. Michael Beck and his team of expert stylists have served the Santa Clarita Valley area for over 20 years. I'm so excited to have him here today to ask him a few questions about graying and how do we have a healthy head of hair if we don't want to do the wigs and the weaves. Because even with me wearing a weave, I like to make sure that I'm taking care of my hair underneath. So here we are. Welcome, Michael Beck.
Thank you very much, Malena. It's great to be here.
I'm glad to have you here. Michael, tell me a little bit about how did you get started in the hairstyling industry as a stylist?
That is actually a great question.
Okay.
The hatred of my own fro. Giant hair. Yeah.
Okay, it's great hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you, but it took
real.
Took a little education.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was sort of like Mario Brothers hair.
Okay.
And it was always an effort to get it to lay down.
Oh, okay.
And so to kill it with heat, and then I found out heat, tension. so ironically, yes, it was just having a hard time with my own hair and needing to find out ways to make it soft and not so big.
Really? So that is what led you to take on the interest of becoming a stylist or color expert?
Yeah, I started with heat. Do you really want to know this?
Yeah, I really do. I want to know. I want to know, why do you do what you do?
To get straight hair for the first time after having it big and curly was one of the best things that's ever happened. And then to do it for someone that's never seen smooth hair, changes your life. It's like getting applause. I can imagine on the theater, on a stage.
Oh, okay.
So you're chasing after that all the time. So you do Friends, and I never knew that I would even do this professionally until a very old great friend of mine just had a baby, and she said, Michael, I really think you should go to beauty school so you could trim my hair, because I can't drive out to see my hairstylist anymore. And I'm like, no, it's just a hobby. I can't do that. I can never make a living at that.
Wow.
So I went, and it's changed my life. I'm really thankful for it.
That's my next question. Like, what you seem like, you exude style, and that was one of the things that I noticed, I recognized about you. It's like, wow, it's not just something you show up and do. You are style. And so you look like an expert. You are an expert. What do you enjoy about being a stylist or transforming someone's life, so to speak, through hair?
Great question, too. I think it's the immediate gratification, somewhat immediate, and your ability, you said it first, to have great hair, your crown and glory, it will change your day, it will change your perspective, it changes everything. And to be able to give that to someone, and then to have them trust and you trust them back, and then it's a relationship that, some of my people I've had for over 20 years. I consider them family. They're amazing. So it would be the art. It's the instant art. It's to be able to transform, but it's been ongoing. I've evolved too as a colorist. There were in my time, there's been giant leaps forward with the things that we could do. We couldn't take curl out and lighten at the same time without killing it. Technology is completely different.
Wow.
Completely. Goldwell is my color line of choice, and they are amazing. They have the science and the team, and oh my gosh, and the know-how, and to keep perpetuating it as a professional thing means a lot to me with education. And
yeah, because that's what it sounds like, just having the support of the brand and the distributor and the type of product.
Yeah.
And that leads me to the next question. As a mom, how do we maintain our crown, our hair, without, like, we can come visit the salon, but what can we do? Are there certain products? I know you mentioned in our pre-interview how, it's according to that personality. How do we know our hair personality?
That is a great question as well. Maybe it's because you are versed in hair. Excuse me. First of all, everyone is an individual. Every hair is an individual, and you have to, it's all about the consultation ahead of time. It's asking a person what their routine is, what they're versed in. Are you good with the flat iron? Are you good with curling iron? Are you a wash and wear person? I tell people it's not a trick answer, so don't think I want you to answer me in a certain way. It's going to be yours, and I'm going to need to suit what we do around you and what is good for your hair. I'm going to need to know a long-term goal. Are you growing it to your shoulders? Are we growing something out? And to strategize and to take all of that into account is important too. If our goal is to get out damage from box stuff at home, I'm glad to fix that stuff, but that's a mess. Like,
we're not laughing at you. We're like,
I know and I understand that some people have to use it or think they have to use it, but I'm also here to say that you with your stylist and communication and a great consultation, you can talk about how much maintenance, how often you want to come in, what the budget is, and how to tailor that. And then you factor that in per month, per year to figure out if that is, in line with your budget and with your budgeting of time. I mean, some people come in every 17 days.
Right. Yeah.
Some people come in every 3 months. It depends on the person. Okay. So it's all about consultation and communication.
So stay away from the box
and
stuff.
Aftercare.
Aftercare.
It's huge.
Oh, that's right. The product.
They are not all created equal. There are different emollients that are in the different products, and some like olive oil is a kind of oil,
okay,
and it's a premium thing, and it's a lot more expensive and a lot harder to get than corn oil. This is a cooking analogy.
Yeah.
One is harder, it's more rare, but one has better benefits for you. I mean, you could sneak in the different kind of oil, but and the same thing is true with hair products. There are superior ingredients to put in. There are lipids that are microscopic. You can't see them, but that's a fancy word for saying a little fat ball, like a little putting fats back into the hair shaft that are actually milled small enough to live in the cortex of the hair. It's genius. Instead of coating it with wax, giving you the illusion that it's soft or silky, it's really just a buildup that prevents anything good from getting into it. So it's a trick. I don't even care if you buy it from me. Okay. Just buy a professional, great product. That's it. It's not even, I feel so passionate about it. It's not about me making the money on the sale. No.
I get that.
Find a stylist that you trust and that you can communicate with, and have them recommend the right things. There's so much value in that.
Okay, so basically, like, listen to your stylist. Find one you trust.
Right.
Ask the questions.
Right.
Map out a plan. We always talk about planning here on Family Planet 365.
Love that.
And not do what they say, but take advice.
Work together. It's a team thing.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of moms, like, we don't think about that. We were just coming out of the holidays, and I said, I did a blog about, how to give a gift to the people that support you. And I said, your hairstylist, the lady at the makeup counter, these people are here to help us live our lives to the fullest and feel better about how, looking better. That's what we're here. So I like that you're saying your stylist is your support. They're part of your team.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't.
There's a color care. There's a whole spectrum of things. There's a list of things I could give it to you, but it's and the last one is aftercare. It's consultation. It's the way you apply it. It's taking notes. It's being consistent. It's knowing that your hair cannot support this if this has been done.
Okay.
You need. The scenario is going to be different every time depending on what your target color is, what your existing level is, and that changes when you come back. And if something's faded, I mean, it gets quite, there's a lot to it, so I don't want to.
Yeah,
It's scientific, but.
And that's what I love about having a stylist that knows, like, the science of hair, because so much, it's just so much that goes into, like, the different textures and how does your hair behave and what do what's important to you. But before we close, someone told me a long time ago, there was this older gentleman. He said, I was like, oh my gosh, I just saw a gray hair. I have a gray hair in the front. I don't know if you can see that. And I haven't seen any other gray hairs, but I mentioned it to him. He said, don't ever go gray. Can you just quickly tell us about that? Like, as moms, I'm 38 and I'm
don't ever go gray. That's not even a quick answer, but I'll try. I'll do my best. Some people, we're having to redefine what old is. Okay. We're all living, like when I was a little kid, people died in their 60s, and now it's in their 80s. So we're living like 30% longer than we used to. So what is old? What I think is, if gray hair suits you, if black hair suits you, if red hair suits you, that's what's important. It's the frame that goes on the picture. There's no more rules with long or short either. It doesn't matter if you are, there's no rule like I'm over 60 and it needs to be really short. No. It's what looks great on you, and that counts for white too, or gray hair. And
so that's why it's important to get a stylist and consult.
I think so too. And the great, amazing white-haired people that you see, most of the time they've had a little help too. There's little things that we do to tweak it to cancel out the yellow, to give you that beautiful crystally white hair that people covet. They're like, what?
Oh yes, I've seen that.
It moves, and then the haircut is cut into their bones. There's so much to it. So you can do it, and that's a really low maintenance thing, and it just rinses out. There's no line of demarcation. It's pretty fantastic, and I have some people that do that, but it depends on how you feel.
All right. Well, Michael Beck, thank you so much. Tell us how we can contact you at Entourage. Do we just call Entourage Hair Studio?
You can call Entourage Hair Studio. It is 661-222-7446. You can visit our webpage at entouragehairstudio.com. But that's how you get a hold of us. We have a team of 24 there.
Okay.
We do eyebrows, waxing, and makeup. Amazing makeup.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing makeup.
Yeah.
Like evening party stuff. Yeah. Blowouts. There's also a theater in our salon. There's a staging area. So we'll have to just do another show on that.
We sure will. I would love to have you back and just talk about hair, fashion, looking great, everything. Thank you so much, Michael Beck.
Thank you for having me.
All right. My pleasure. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. That's our show for this week. We'll be back next week where we'll talk about getting ready for taxes. Thank you so much. I'm Malena Jackson, your host, Family Planet 365. Have a great week.